All right. Hey, welcome everyone. Hey, Paloma. Thanks for logging in and using the chat feature on the side. Um, Welcome back. This is our advanced flute class. Hopefully, all of you guys have migrated over um, from earlier in the week if you're watching some of the other videos. Um, yes, Paloma, we are preparing our virtual concert. It's not set for a specific day. Basically, we're accepting your videos this month for the next couple of weeks. So we need to start working on preparing those videos. And the way that it's going to work is when you send us those videos, we'll compile them into a virtual concert. And it's going to be all the music we're working on today. Over the weekend, there was a catalog per se, a practice catalog or a list of songs, which is all of the songs here plus a couple more. And you guys should be working on them. And when they're ready when they're concert ready, you can go ahead and record them and send it to us. There's also a Dropbox link in that email. So check for that. Ask your parents for that email, and we'll get started here. So first things first, let's go over our scales. Um, we've been memorizing them, but I'll have them on screen here just because we haven't seen them in a while. Our scales, the two scales that we need for canon in America, B flat and E flat. So hopefully you guys have them memorized by now. Memorizing these scales is super easy. It really only takes like 5 to 10 minutes a day for a few days, like 4 days. And when you think about it, it's like 30 minutes out of your week, your entire week, and that will be totally memorized if it's not already. Yes, that is the homework email, homework@theorchestraplays.com. Check that for your practice catalog. But we're going to go over all that music here today, except for the challenge music. Um, so if you guys are looking at the catalog and you see the special challenge music for Jupiter, that's the name of one of the pieces of music. So the composer, Gustav Holst, wrote a suite of um, songs, orchestra arrangements, original pieces for each of the planets, and he calls it the planets. So there's one for Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, etc. So we have all of them, and we chose Jupiter. It's really a very beautiful lyrical piece, and there's a recording in that folder as well. So we're going to have a special class on that tomorrow. Please join us for that. And if you happen to be in the Red Book group at Playa Vista, we're also having a class tomorrow to go over your concert music, which is slightly different and includes that Jupiter piece as well. So let's go ahead and play some scales, you guys. Let's play our B flat scale with our metronome here. It'll be same as we've always been doing it, 1/2 note per note. So 2 beats on each note. Here we go. Ready? B flat. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ready? Play. Good. So again, hopefully you guys have that memorized by now. Let's go ahead and move on to the E flat scale. Same notes, just add an A flat instead of A natural. Here we go. You can do it in either octave. You can play the low octave or the high octave. I think for this one, I'm going to try the high octave. So it's just the same notes up an octave. Ready? 1, 2, E flat. 1, 2, ready, go. that's a great scale to play 2 octaves if you know how to play both octaves. You can play both octaves there and extend your range, play down low, play up high. Cool. Let's talk about canon. I have something here to help us along with canon. It's going to block me off of the screen a little bit, but I just want to pull this up really quickly and talk about the way canon is supposed to work. If you're used to playing this at school, I know it's been a while, but we've played through it a bunch of times at some of my schools. But if this is one of the first times you guys are watching it and learning how to play canon, it might be confusing where we're supposed to end. And I talked about this last week, but now I made this visual so you guys can all see it. And I encourage you to write in a fermata, grab a pen or a pencil, and write in a fermata everywhere you see one here. So it's basically the first note of each line except for line 1, and the last note of the piece, that note that's highlighted in yellow. So think about canon in terms of who's playing when. So the first player will come in right at the beginning, and in the recording that's the piano. So if I pull up the recording right now and we listen to it, it's going to be the piano player starting us at the very beginning. And play. Come on. So piano, that's number 1. They're going to be the color yellow. So piano plays the entire song, hits the repeat sign, goes back to the beginning, plays the whole thing again, and then their repeat sign is broken. So they can go and play the last note, which should be fermata, should be held. Okay, the second player, which in the recording, if you listen to it, is the flute. But that doesn't have to be that way. You guys can come in third or fourth, doesn't matter, or first. So when that flute comes in the recording, the flute is playing line 1, the piano's on line 2. The flute is the second player, so they're green. You guys see up in the top there, it says performing this round, player 1 is yellow, player 2 is green. So the green player 2, it's also the number 2, will play the entire piece, repeat, and then play it until they see their note highlighted in green, which is, oh yes, I know this is not the flute notes, these are the notes for violin, but I'm just showing this to you guys as a template for how canon is going to work. So do you see the green note in line 4? The second player will play all the way, the whole song, repeat back up to the beginning, and then play until they get to line 4 and hold that note that's highlighted in green. The third player is the pink lavender color, and they're going to play the whole thing, repeat back to the beginning, and then play and stop at the third line. So coincidentally, the third player stops at the third line. That's the only one it works for. And then the fourth player will play the entire song, repeat back to the beginning, and then stop at the second line, first note. Okay, so the fourth player is blue, and their note is highlighted in blue. So yeah, this is different music for the violin part, but that's just a color-coded way to show you guys how this is going to work. So we're going to attempt to do this in a 3-part round now. So I think we've done a 2-part round before. You know, the last couple of weeks we've been doing 2-part rounds. So we're going to go ahead and do a 3-part round. Let's wait for the recording to get to line 3 before you guys come in. But I'm going to start on line, I'm going to be the second player. So piano recording first player, I'll be the second player, you guys be the third player, which means your last note is the third line. Okay, so you play the whole thing, repeat back up to the beginning, play until the first note of line 3. Here we go. Listen up. Let's go ahead and play. 1, 2, ready, go. Ready? 1, 2, my turn. Your turn, ready, go. guys do with that? Let me know. You should have ended right there at the first note on line 3. Go ahead, and if you guys want to play that again, you can rewind and rewatch the video. It's really important to pay attention to where the first player is. That's why we do these lessons every week, and I talk about listening to the piano part. So if you're playing the third, if you're the third player, you're waiting for the piano part to get to the third line before you come in on line 1. And then you're always going to be 2 lines behind them and listen and know the parts really well. So when you're playing half notes, quarter notes are happening. When you're playing quarter notes, half notes are happening. Okay? Awesome. So here we go. Let's play now America on page 13. I'd like everyone to at least learn the music for both the melody and the harmony. You don't have to record that for the virtual concert. You don't have to record the melody and the harmony. You can if you want to, and it would actually be really great if you could, but you don't have to. You just pick your favorite one, the melody or the harmony. But I encourage you to play both parts, learn both parts, because if you only learn one, you're never really going to know what's happening in the other part. And so when you're in a situation playing this duet and trying to organize any other kind of duet too, when you're trying to organize that together, if you don't know what part is happening, then it's just better. It helps line up everything up to know exactly what's going on. So for instance, and I always bring this up every time, the third line of America in both the melody and the harmony parts, they're not doing a standard harmony where they're paralleling the note a couple notes below. We're instead going to be doing different rhythms, and we're sort of staying on the same note, and the melody part is kind of enclosing on that note. So it goes up and then back down, and they meet in the middle on E flat. Okay? So check that out. Make sure you guys know that really well. Now I'd like you to pick your part. Go ahead and pick whatever harmony or melody you want to play. I'm going to pick a random part, and I'm not going to tell you what it is either. So we're going to see if we can do a virtual duet here, and I have the backing track as well to help us out. Ready? 1. Oh, this one has a click, so I'll just wait for the click. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, ready, set, go. Awesome. So whichever part you chose, now let's do the opposite part. All right, so if you were on the harmony, go ahead and play the melody, and if you were on the melody, play the harmony. Watch out, we are in the key of E flat, so we have B flats, E flats, and A flats. Lucy says this song confuses her. I wonder what is confusing about it. Is it because it's in 3, 3/4 time? Or is it maybe because it's the harmony and we're not in person? Let me know in the comments so I can try and fix it. But here we go. Pick your other part. If you played one part, pick the other one, and let's play that one now. 1, 2, 3, ready, play. Sudden long notes, and it's kind of slow. Cool. So hopefully you guys did well with that. Lucy's saying the longer notes are confusing. Are you talking about the dotted half notes or the dotted quarter notes? Those are the longest notes in here. So is it the 3-beat dotted half notes, or is it the 1.5-beat dotted quarter notes? Okay. Yeah, I would encourage you, if most of us know this song and we've learned it in school too. It's my country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. So that dotted half note is where you say sing. If you're not tapping your foot or putting a metronome on, those dotted half notes are going to seem really out of place. So it's really important to count in your head or tap your foot. Count 1, 2, 3. So if I'm playing the last two measures, I'm really exaggerating by nodding those 3 beats. Okay. So holding a note, just because it's a dotted half note, and holding it for a long time just because it looks like it's supposed to be long, is not really doing music. We have to be able to count those notes to completion. So, counting in your head 1, 2, 3, or even subdividing. You guys know that by now. Subdividing into eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, bum, bum, bum. But having that internal metronome inside, counting it in your head or tapping your foot, that's super important to be able to actually measure how long those notes are supposed to last. Otherwise, it's all arbitrary, and then the music falls apart. So we really got to count those notes. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That long note, 3 full beats. All right. Good, you guys. Let's go ahead and do something a little bit easier. I've got the full orchestra pieces, Superhero Blues and Playground Waltz. Okay, maybe you've played them before, last year or a year before, but we're going to be doing this in trying to help the beginner kids have a first go at this. So each of these is available in that practice catalog that was mentioned earlier. So ask your parents. It was emailed over the weekend with a full list of all of the music that you can click and print out or blow it up on your screen. It's not here in the description, but it is on the screen, so you can always just watch the music on the screen, make it full screen if you're on a computer. It is in the practice catalog. They emailed it to you over the weekend. Okay, so it's a document that has all of the songs that you're supposed to prepare, sheet music, play along tracks, and videos to help you learn it. Okay, it's all there. Just go ahead and ask your parents for help with that. But so anyway, for this one, we only have a few notes, you guys: B flat, A, F, and G. Okay, so only a few notes, and we are recording this one for the concert. Okay, we're gonna try it right now. We're gonna try a playthrough. Yep, there is an instructional video. There's a video where we teach you how to play all of the notes in this song from start to finish and break it down into sections. So we're not going to go over that right now. We're just going to do a playthrough. And if you have trouble with it, go ahead and navigate back to our YouTube channel and find Superhero Blues for Flute, and you can go ahead and learn it through that video. Okay, but it's actually pretty simple. We've got F's, F, G, B flat, and A. Ready? This one starts with a click track. 1, 2, 1. Oops, I missed it. 1, 2, ready, go. G. ready, set, play. 3 notes. 4 notes on F. G, 5 notes, ready, go. Long note F. Up to A. A natural. B flat. A natural. B flat. And a rest, rest, rest. Cool, so that one should be pretty easy for you guys. The other one, Playground Waltz, is you guys have a little bit more happening here. So we're kind of doing the same thing as the violins. The violins have more of a feature in the song where they get to play the melody. We also have the melody, but we have to wait to play the melody the second time. So this whole repeated section we play twice, but we rest the first time and then play the second time. Okay? In this tune we have A natural, F sharp. So if you guys don't remember F sharp, it's G plus the 3rd finger, but there's an instructional video that'll help you with all of those fingerings. Just go ahead and check out the YouTube channel. And then down below, high B natural, not B flat, B natural. C sharp, and then A natural again. Okay? And this one's in 3, just like America, so we have a waltz in 3. Let's give this one a try. It starts right away. There's no click, but we are resting. So let me try and count you guys in here at the beginning. 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, ready, set, beginning. 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 5, rest, 6, rest, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now we play, ready, set, go. 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 4, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and B natural. Five, 6, 7, 12, repeat, and awesome. So that's another easy song. Just a reminder to you guys in the Red Book class, join us tomorrow. You have a special class tomorrow, Friday, so bookmark that. And also for everybody here today, come tomorrow for the Holst Jupiter class. It's only one class that you get to be able to ask questions about it. Otherwise, learn that music on your own with the play-along tracks and start making some recordings of your concert music. Send it to us at homework@theorchestraplace. And since there are no questions, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.